How is it going, everybody? You're watching Then About Tech, and today I'm going to show you what's new in WatchOS 10. And please keep in mind that this video is an overview because WatchOS 10 is absolutely huge. Trust me when I say this is the largest and most comprehensive update to WatchOS ever. Everything here is different, from the layouts, designs, animations, apps, new features. We have a ton of new stuff, and I'm gonna show you right now the most important. So first things first, you'll need an Apple Watch Series 4 or newer in order to install WatchOS 10, so a ton of Apple Watches will be compatible. Now, I want to start off with some new commands because WatchOS 10 actually changes the way we access some apps and features. Now we have new buttons. It's a little bit different. So before, by swiping up here on your watch face, you would have Control Center, right? But now is actually pressing the side button, and then you have access to the Control Center, which is so much better because now you have a physical button and it just feels right, if you ask me. But you can still swipe up from your watch face, but it does something different. If I swap up here, as you can see, we have widgets. That's right, we have widgets on the Apple Watch, and as you can see here, we always have a clock. Today, you have your calendar, your events, you have weather, activity, and you have a ton of stuff. And of course, you can edit this list and customize it as well. I'm gonna show you in a second, all right? And we have more changes as well, because if you actually move your digital crown back, you get your widgets once again. So then you have two possibilities of accessing your widgets. This, of course, is way more fluid. Swiping up on the home screen doesn't always work, but this is beta 1. And of course, we have a new way of accessing our multitasking as well, because it won't be the side button no more. Now it's actually by double pressing your digital crown. So double press, and then you have access right here to your cards with your apps. So you have access, of course, to your multitasking. So this is pretty much the main differences in buttons and commands that you have to kind of learn once again in WatchOS 10. Okay, now let's get back to our widgets, which are probably the biggest new feature, the biggest change here in WatchOS 10. And as you can imagine, this is fully customizable. So if you tap and hold anywhere around here, you're gonna see an option to add or remove your widgets with a very similar interface that you see on the iPhone. This is a theme here in WatchOS 10. You'll see that absolutely everything here is getting closer in design and functionality to the iPhone. So Apple is trying to make everything look the same. So if you actually go here, for example, take a look at this example that I love. If we scroll down and if you tap here on weather, you can see that, look at this interface. It looks so good. Take a look at this. So if I actually scroll up here, and keep in mind this is a beta, right? So as you can see, this is a very similar interface to the iPhone. When it's raining, you see raining down all the way to the bottom here and accumulate a little bit of water. This is so cool. And this interface, as I said, is very similar to what you see on your iPhone. So you have a ton more information. Of course, here you can tap here on weather, and instead of seeing condition, you can tap and see temperature if that's what you want. So it's so much more usable, and it gives you a proper interface. And I see that, and you'll see that WatchOS 10 will make your Apple Watch so much more usable. Okay, going back here to our widgets, of course, here, as I showed you before, you can tap and hold, and then of course you can tap here to add any widget that you want, and pretty much all stock Apple applications will be compatible with widgets. So you can tap here, you can add music, and then you're gonna have your music widget right there. So when you're listening to music, it's gonna go all the way to the top, and you're gonna always see your music. So much more convenient than before. And this is full of customizations. You can do a ton here on your Apple Watch, on your widget. Now let's also talk about the new home. So if you press once on the digital crown, you go to your home as you've always had throughout all these years, but now the home is a little bit different because instead of actually navigating left and right, up and down, now it's a vertical scroll. So take a look at this. Everything here at a vertical scroll, and this is so much better, guys. Of course, you can use your finger right here and you can actually go left and right, but it doesn't show you anything new. It's like this strip, as you can see right here, that you actually go up and down, and it's much easier to actually find your apps than before, which used to be a mess. Of course, if you scroll all the way down, you can still have your list view, as you can see right here, and this is just like before, but you have now your new home screen. Continue with the theme of Apple redesigning pretty much everything here in WatchOS 10. If we actually press and go to our control center, you'll see that, as I said, Apple tries to make everything new and fresh. For example, if I tap here on my battery, you can see that this is completely different, and this really does look much more like iOS than WatchOS. So tying all the interfaces together and making everything look kind of the same, which is so much better than before. Another app that I want to show you is the Activity app, which is all new as well. As you can see, you have this new first page right here, but if you scroll down is where things get really interesting. Take a look at animations, take a look at the new designs, the new screens, take a look, it's absolutely new, and especially here on the Apple Watch Ultra. It feels like Apple is finally using the whole screen, the whole big 49mm case right here to give us more information, and it just feels like it was made for the Apple Watch Ultra. So take a look at all the screens, so take a look at the animations, as I said, and this is just beta 1, but everything is just so fluid, as you can see right here. I absolutely love this. On top of that, take a look at the new Stocks app. I don't know if you use this app, but it's another great example right here. If you tap on it, you see it's loading, so let's be patient. But as you guys can see, take a look at the animations. We can come back here and we have those cards now, which looks so good. And if we tap on it, take a look at the animation, the loading, the graph. So as you can see, it makes the Apple Watch more powerful, more productive. It just feels like you can use the Apple Watch instead of just using the device to see notifications, if you know what I mean. And trust me when I say that pretty much all apps are new. So if you go ahead here and tap, for example, on the heart rate app, it's new as well. It won't be able to read because I'm not using on my wrist, but it's new, it's redesigned as well. The music app looks so good, especially when you're listening to music, or if you're listening something playing on your iPhone. We have new interfaces as well, a new player right here. Absolutely everything is new. Take a look, I'm playing this YouTube video on my iPhone, as you can see, and take a look at this new interface. As you can see, WatchOS 10 is a game changer. I also want to talk about something new in WatchOS 10 that I didn't see pretty much anyone talking about, which has to do with the optimized charging limit. And I have a video here on the channel about this subject, so I'll leave a card right here. It's a super important video, and I do recommend that you check it out. So before WatchOS 10, just the Apple Watch Ultra had that feature. Now it came to the Apple Watch SE 6, 7, 8, and of course the Ultra is still compatible. So this feature is a game changer, super important if you want to save battery on your Apple Watch, and now it's available on multiple Apple Watches. This is so good. Of course, we have to talk about watch faces as well. As you can see, I'm using a new watch face from WatchOS 10, and if you just tap and hold as you're used to and then swipe, you can see here both the new watch faces, so the palette and the Snoopy. So if you tap here on new, you can see new watch faces, and you're gonna see both, and you can choose and customize and use however you feel like. So you can add here, for example, and then if you scroll, you see a ton of different colors. You can customize the colors as well, so you can choose if you want multiple colors or just one color. So it's up to you. Now we have new watch faces as well. And one thing that I didn't like is because now you can't cycle like that, like doing this. It just won't cycle through your watch faces. So not everything is perfect. Apple removed it. Maybe it'll come back in the latest beta versions or in the final versions, but for now you can't cycle through. So then you have to tap and hold and do this and come back, and now you have access to other watch faces. As you can see, the new one, the Snoopy watch face, but no scrolling, no moving side to side, unfortunately. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below, and I'll bring more new videos as usual very soon. So see you later, guys. Bye bye.